with both of my friends Amira Sabisa and Zuhratul Muyasaro. We are from Group 2, Health Entomology. IUP class will present our final exam assignment from our estimate lecturer, Miss Dia Mahendra Sari Sukendra, whose assignment is insecticides and its active ingredient in the surrounding environment. So without any further ado, let's get into the first material. Insecticides are substance or mixture of substance used to prevent, repel, control, and kill insects. Insecticides are usually used to protect humans from various infection diseases through vectors such as dengue, hemorrhagic fever, Zika, malaria, chikungunya, and others. Some of the infectious disease vectors are mosquitoes and flies. Each insecticide contains an active ingredient. Insecticidal active ingredients are ingredients in insecticides that are biologically active. This is a chemical contained in an insecticide product that has a function in pest control, such as preventing, destroying, or repelling pests. The active ingredients of the insecticide and the percentage of by weight or formulation of the active ingredient must be written on the label of the insecticides product. The active ingredient of insecticides consists of various groups based on how they work. The classes of active ingredient of these insecticides include organophosphate, organochlorines, carbamates, and pretrins or pretroids. The first is organophosphate. Organophosphate is an insecticide that works by inhibiting the enzyme acetylcholinesterase. This makes acetylcholine accumulate so that the delivery system of nerve impulse to muscle cells become chaotic. This situation causes irreversibility of impulses, muscle spasms, and paralysis, which ends in the death of the insect. And the second is organochlorine. Organochlorine are insecticides which are also often referred to as chlorine hydrocarbons. Organochlorines cause disturbance in the insect's central nervous system. This situation causes hyperactivity, seizures, and damage to the nerves and muscles of the insect, which end in the death of the insect. Organochlorine is the oldest synthetic insecticide and has stable properties in the field, which makes it difficult to decompose the residue. Residues from organochlorines have the potential to be a threat to public health. In addition, organochlorines are also reactive and have high lipid solubility and low degradation ability. And the third is carbamide. It works by inhibiting inactivity of the acetylcholine nesterase enzyme found in the nervous system to turn it off. Inhibition of acetylcholinesterase enzyme activity has reversible properties so that enzyme inhibition can be restored. In contrast to organochlorine, carbamates are rapidly decomposed. And the last is pyrethroid or pyrethrid. Pyrethroids work by interfering with the flow of Na+ in nerve cells. Pyrethroids affect the insect's nervous system both peripherally and centrally. This insecticide causes the sodium channel to always be open. Pyrethroids will stimulate nerve cell and overproduce, which eventually causes paralysis and insects and death. Then, toxic substances from insecticides can enter the body of insect in various ways. How to enter toxic substance into the body of this insect are then grouped into several groups. such as the first is nervous poison, insecticide that kill insect by interfering with the functioning of the various nervous system of the target insect. And the second is contact poison, insecticide that kill or disrupt insect when the toxic ingredients of the insecticide enter or touch the insect's body. And the third is stomach poison or stomach poison, insecticide that damage or disrupt the insect's digestive system when the target insect the toxic substance of the insecticide. And the next is bird poison, kill insect when the insect sucks the toxic material from the insecticide product through the respiratory system of the target insects. And the last is protoplasmic poison, insecticide that destroy proteins in insect body cells.
Household insecticide products are also available in various forms. Each form of insecticide product has its own advantage and disadvantage, which will affect the selection of the use of insecticides in the community. The first one is aerosol. Insecticides in aerosol form are more practical to use, and aerosol have a very small particle which makes them available to penetrate small crevices. However, to disperse it into the room, the exercise is difficult to determine. Then there is a lotion which can protect a person's skin from insect bites in the long term. Next one is lime. The application of an insecticide in the form of lime is very easy, especially for crawling insects. However, lime can also be easily eroded when there is a wind or water. Insecticides in the form of burning paper have a very high effectiveness in preventing and repelling insect. However, the smoke that appears when paper is burned can be a pollutant for human respiratory health. Insecticide in liquid form have a good penetrating power to cracks in the surface. However, the solvent from this liquid can damage and cause floor to be slippery. And here is the mapping of the product of the insecticides and its active ingredients in the surrounding environment. Data on insecticides and the active ingredients contained in them were obtained from survey results at the places that sell household insecticide products. From this survey, it was found that 6 different insecticide brands are used in the household to repel and control household insecticides, as well as 10 different active ingredients contained in these insecticide products. Each brand of the insecticide product has a different mix of active ingredients. And here is the data on active ingredients of insecticides product found in the household or surrounding environment. Most people in the surrounding environment sell and use baygon, heat, vape, force magic, autumn, and sovel as their household insecticide. Each of the brand and variations have different active ingredients, but all of them come from the same insecticides group, which is pyrethroid. Each of these active ingredient in each product also have different concentration. From the various insecticide products in the table previously, it can be seen that the active ingredients sold and used in the surrounding environment are cypermethrin, imiprotrin, transflutrin, peraletrin, dipenotrin, tetrametrin, dialitrin, dimeflutrin, and DIT, which all come from pyrethroid insecticide group. The first one is cypermethrin. It is extracted directly from the chrysanthemum flowers naturally. This active ingredient has a long-lasting prevention because cypermethrin is a synthetic pyrethroid. It is packaged in various forms, ranging from powder, liquid, to aerosol forms. When an insect touches or swallows cypermethrin, the poison in cypermethrin will start to irritate the nerve cells of the insect and make the insect paralyzed. The second one is imiprotrin. Imiprotrin controls insect and the sodium channel of the insect nervous system, and through the inhalation and dermal routes. permethrin has a very low level of toxicity in humans. However, in insects, imiprotein acts as a neurotoxin that makes the insect paralyzed. The third one is transflutrin, which has a fast working method. Transflutrin is commonly used in household products and hygiene products to kill insects such as mosquitoes and flies. Next is cyflutrin. It works as a stomach poison and by contact, like swallowing or touching with the target insect. Cyflutrin attacks the insect's central nervous system, which then causes the insect to have a constant muscle spasm. Constant muscle spasms make the insect paralyzed and unable to use its body to survive. Cyflutrin can remain effective longer than others, and in addition, cyflutrin is also suitable for use in crevices where the targeted insect has hiding.
And for the next, the class of active ingredients of the insecticides products is praletrin. Praletrin is the active ingredients of synthetic pyrethroid insecticide product, which has a fast knockdown effect against nuisance insects in the household. Praletrin is usually used as an effective ingredient in household insecticide products to kill mosquitoes, flies, cockroach, and other household insects. And the next is the penetrin. The penetrin is a colorless liquid to brownish yellow that has a faint odor. The penetrin is used to control various insects, especially insects that act as vectors of infectious disease such as mosquitoes. The penetrin works by interfering with the normal nervous system function of insects. When the penetrin is in a direct contact with insect or eaten by insects. In mosquito control, the penetrin can be used both indoors and outdoors. The penetrin has a high effectiveness against insects that have a resistance to insecticide from the organophosphate, organochlorine, and carbamate groups. The penetrin in insecticidal products is available in various forms such as spray and aerosol. And next is tetrametrin. Tetrametrin is an insecticidal active ingredient from the synthetic pyrethroid groups based on natural partner found in chrysanthemum but has a higher stability and longer resistance. Tetrametrin has a fine odor, is colorless to white in color, and is in the form of crystalline powder. Tetrametrin is a commonly used to control flying and crawling insects. This active ingredient works by affecting the nervous system of insect quickly and is often used in combination with other active ingredients so that it can be used as a multi-action insecticide. And next is the aletrin. The aletrin is an insecticidal active ingredient from the pyrethroid groups. The aletrin has a clear to yellow color, the liquid is thick, and has a light odor. Knockdown activity of the aletrin against pest insects. The aletrin is commonly used to control mosquito, flies, and cockroach. When inhaled, the aletrin can affect the inhaler and irritate the nose, throat, or lungs. Next. And for dimeflutrin is an active ingredient in household insecticide from the pyrethroid groups. Dimeflutrin is a pyrethroid insecticide which has a high efficiency and low toxicity. Dimeflutrin has a high and strong kill and knockdown abilities. The way dimeflutrin works in controlling insect is through contact, repellent, and inhalations. Most of dimeflutrin is packaged in the form of combustible products, liquid, aerosol, and spray. And last is DEET or diethyl metatoluamide is the active ingredients of various insecticide products to repel mosquitoes. DEET is popularly used as a repellent for biting insect, one of which is mosquito. DEET does not work to kill insects, but to repel and prevent insects from biting human skin. Insecticide products containing the active ingredients DEET are packaged in various forms, such as lotions, spray, liquids, and others. The use of DEET in accordance with the instruction and still under normal use does not cause health problem for the public, especially in children. So DEET can also to be applied to children without age restrictions. Next. And uh, in the other hands, insecticide also have an impact on health, such as several factors that contribute to causing a person to be adversely affected by the use of insecticides are excessive use of insecticides, lack of information and knowledge about insecticides, and not cleaning place contaminated with insecticides. And exposure to insecticide can cause irritation to the nose, eyes, throat, and can even cause damage to the central nervous system and increase a person's risk of developing cancer. And when a person is exposed to insecticide, symptoms that may arise are dizziness, nausea, thirst, loss of appetite, feeling tired, difficulty sleeping, and muscle weakness. And there are also impact of insecticides on environment, such as water contamination when insecticides such as aerosol are sprayed in close proximity to water, or when insecticides are accidentally spilled on the environment. And next is pets poisoning when they drink water contaminated with insecticides. Moreover, pets can also be poisoned by the insecticide residue left on the food or drink when sprayed. And there are also insect resistance to the insecticide products if used without the use. Next. So this is the reference that we are used for this material of presentations. And that brings us to the end of the presentations. I would like to summarize of all the material. Insecticides can be divided based on their active ingredients and based on how they are used. The active ingredients of insecticides also have their own advantage and disadvantage. Insecticides are very useful for vector control, but on the other hand, insecticides also have a various adverse effect on health and the environment. And if you have any question or additional information, don't be hesitant to comment down below and sharing with us. So that's all from us. And we would like to finish up this meeting by saying thank you for your time and attention. And we apologize if there is any mistake. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.